This tutorial is for 3rd grade Module 1, Lesson 9. In this lesson, we will continue to use the distributive property to help us break down multiplication problems. The first problem says, a team put soccer balls into 2 rows of 5. The coach added 3 rows of 5 soccer balls. Complete the number sentences to describe the total array. Well, I can see by my picture that this first section represents 2 rows of 5, and then the next section shows me 3 rows of 5. The first number sentence uses repeat addition to determine the final answer. Well, 5 plus 5 is 10, and 3 5s, 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. So my total would be 25. Another way to look at that is 2 5s plus 3 5s is the same thing as 5 5s. So the multiplication problem that's represented by the array is actually 5 rows of 5, which gives us a total answer of 25. Here's another example that helps us break apart 6 times 2. I can think of 6 times 2 as 4 times 2 plus 2 times 2. So the first section shows 4 rows of 2 for a total of 8. The next section shows 2 rows of 2 for a total of 4. And then I combine my two answers. 8 plus 4 gives me 12. To transfer that to multiplication, I can also say that 6 rows of 2 give me an answer of 12. In the next diagram, we're going to use our 10 facts to help us determine the answer for 9 times 2. Well, 9 times 2 is going to be very close to 10 times 2. So the entire diagram shows us 10 rows of 2. But since the problem is actually 9 rows of 2, I'm going to remove this last row. So 10 rows of 2 would be 20. So if I take off my last row of 2, or subtract 2 from 20, I get a final answer of 18. This helps me find the answer to 9 times 2. 9 times 2 is 18, because 10 times 2 is 20, and I subtract 2 to get the final answer of 9 times 2. 9 times 2 is 18. Here we have a series of questions that will also break down our multiplication problems. It starts by telling us that Matt put his baseball cards in 4 rows of 3. The first direction says draw an array that shows Matt's cards using an X to show each card. So I know I need 4 rows and 3 in each row. So I have 1 row, 2, 3 rows, and 4 rows of 3. Next question says solve the multiplication sentence to find Matt's total number of cards. Well, 4 times 3 is 12. Matt added 2 more rows. Use circles to show his new cards on the array. So I'm going to add 2 more rows of 3, this time showing the new cards using circles. The next direction says write a multiplication sentence to show the circles that I added to the array. Well, I added 2 rows of 3 for a total of 6 that's added to the array. Now I'm asked to add the totals from the multiplication facts in the 2 sections. So the first section was 4 times 3 for a total of 12. The next section was 2 times 3, which gave us 6. 12 plus 6 is 18. And that matches the multiplication problem of 6 rows of 3 gives a product of 18. So again, by breaking apart our multiplication problems, we can find partial products to help us come up with answers to larger multiplication problems.